are you? Cecile, I'm not dating them. Does that mean you're dating him? Well, I've always tried to be an understanding big sister to you. Don't worry, you'll get my full support. No, I do not swing that way.
Lacerations, bruises, and a sprain. Hardly anything major. You'll be fine in no time. Besides, you've been resting quite a lot. You must have a surplus of energy if anything. My yes, I'd say you should be able to work 10 times harder than before.
This is cruel and unusual, Doctor. Are you a sadist or something?
Given the amount of work I have to deal with here, I'd say I'm closer to a masochist.
The probability that they gain entry through here is extremely high.
Yeah, I agree. This spot doesn't look too high up from the ground. We should probably let the hospital know, so they can stop him from coming in again.
Yes, I agree. So does this mean we're done with our investigation here?
Yeah, but there are still a lot of unanswered questions. No problemo. Besides, you rock that uniform. Hell, every lady here ain't too bad if I'm being honest with myself. But you, babe, you drive me crazy. Alright, we're now dealing with the consequences of Randy's flirting. I'm terribly sorry about him, ma'am. Well, what's done is done. So how's your investigation yielded anything? Must be if you're here for Cecile. Yes, ma'am. We're just finished, actually. We found some few new leads, so we wanted to give her a rundown of everything. I see. Around this time, Cecile should be checking in on that girl. I don't think it's necessary to use the intercom to page her over. How about this? Why don't you guys go to Cecile and give her your report in person? She should be visiting one of our patients in the farthest room on the 3rd floor. Are we really allowed to go into a patient's room? We won't be interrupting? Of course not. The young child she's looking after is hospitalized. Here is under special circumstances. I'm sure she'd love to have some visitors, so it'd be nice if you could say hello while you're here. Sure thing, we'd be happy to. So you want us to keep the kiddo company for a little bit, huh? That's right. Thanks, I appreciate it. If you'll excuse me. Oh, it's you guys. You can find Cecile in the farthest room on the 3rd floor. Wait a minute, are you? Is something wrong? Can I help you? Oh, I knew it. It is you. Tio, right? You must be. Huh? You know Tio? It has been some time. I thought it was you. Oh my, look at how you've grown. Such a beautiful young lady. I almost didn't recognize you. Hold on. Why are you with these police officers? Well, a lot has happened since we last met. I apologize, but our work today has kept us rather busy, so I will have to return another day for a proper visit. Well, of course. You're right, dear. You can come back when you're not in such a rush. Anytime you like, okay? I never forget a face after treating a patient, and yet I hardly recognize you with how much you've changed, Tio. Come again, will you? I would love to sit down and chat if you have the chance. Tio was hospitalized. I hope Cyrone went and apologized to Mr. Gabble. I swear that girl's so clumsy. She's just an accident waiting to happen.
The really scary thing about Martha is how sharp her hearing is. You never know when she's listening in, so we always have to watch out. Or watch what you see is. Or watch what we say. Tio, have you been here before? Yes, 6 years ago to be exact. I did not intend to keep it a secret from you all. I apologize. There's no need to apologize, Tio. We all have things that are hard to talk about. I'm sure you'd be hard-pressed to find someone who doesn't. But... Ellie? There's no need to look so sad. It'd be such a waste for that cute face of yours to stay hidden behind a frown.
Hey, each of us has led different lives, experienced a hell of a lot of things. On top of that, we've only known each other for a month.
We all have such different backgrounds, interests, and outlooks. Despite all that, we're still able to come together and work as a team.
Isn't that enough for now?
Lloyd, Randy, you may be right. I was simply a bit uncomfortable discussing my past. Well, it wasn't my intention to waste valuable time. Should we find Cecile? We still need to give her our report.
Right, let's head to the 3rd floor. It was a good scene, good scene. We need to visit that asshole. Aren't you that bumbling nurse that spilled tomato soup all over my bed sheets yesterday? What, come here to apologize?
Yeah, I'm sorry about that whole mess. But they're all washed and ready to go now, so how about I change out your sheets? Oh man, those stains sort of make it look like you wet the bed, don't they? Well, at least you know. Well, at least you and I know the truth.
Is this some kind of sick joke? For the love of the goddess, why would you not bring out new... Or would you not just bring new bed sheets? Hey, Cecile.
Oh, Lloyd.
Is she blind? The nurse administrator told us that you were working up here. But, are we interrupting?
No, not at all. These are the people I was telling you about, Shizuku. The police officers of the CPD, Defenders of Justice.
Defenders of Justice?
I think you might be overselling us a bit, Cecile. Thank you for everything you do, officers. My name is Shizuku McLean.
We're glad to help, Shizuku. Wait, hold on.
You said McLean?
That name definitely rings a few bells.
I'm sure you've seen in the newspapers plenty of times. You see, her father is none other than Arios McLean.
Well. Seriously?
The Divine Blade of Wind.
That guy's got a kid?
Do you all know my father?
Well, I guess you could say that. He helped us out in a tight spot a while ago, but we haven't seen much of him since.
Is that so? I know my father can be a bit blunt sometimes, so I hope he didn't do anything to offend you.
No, definitely not. Honestly, meeting someone as accomplished as him pushed me to better myself, actually.
He certainly didn't mince his words, but it was clear he's a dependable man who truly cares about people. You have a wonderful father, don't you, Shizuku? Do you really think so? Aw, Shizuku, you're always such a daddy's girl, aren't you? Still, whenever he comes to visit, you're so shy. You should just let loose. Say stuff like, I love you, father, and give him lots of big hugs, okay? But, Cecile, that's embarrassing.
Hard to imagine what that workaholic getting smothered by his daughter, huh?
Agreed. It is quite hard to picture. By the way, we might have a lead for your case. Shizuku tells me that she noticed something out of the ordinary that night.
She did?
Well, I remember the night Layton was attacked. I was having a hard time falling asleep, so I stayed up reading my Braille books. Then all of a sudden, I heard a scream.
Really?
What happened next? I was curious what was happening, so I opened the window and listened very carefully. I didn't hear any more screams, but I did hear that sounded like heavy breathing. Then after a few minutes, I suddenly heard a thumping sound, almost like someone was jumping. And, that's all I remember.
Interesting. Did you tell the CGF all that too?
To be honest, I thought I dreamt the entire thing. I only realized I hadn't when Cecile told me what happened. I'm so sorry, everyone. If only I had said something earlier.
No, it's fine.
We appreciate you telling us, Shizuku. Anyway, this statement supports the clues we found during our investigation of the roof.
Sure does. And that scream she heard must have been waiting right before he fainted. And those sounds afterward could have been the wolves panting as they jumped on the boxes to escape.
Oh, and there was one other thing, though I might have just misheard it.
It's okay, Shizuku. Even the smallest detail might be an important clue.
Okay. There was one sound I thought I heard as all other sounds were happening. It was kind of like a faint whistling coming from somewhere in the distance.
So someone's got some sort of whistle to call them in.
Whistling?
Maybe it was some kind of specific noise that these monsters make?
Shizuku, have you heard that particular sound before? No, I've only ever heard it that night. I must have misheard it after all.
I wouldn't be so sure. Anyway, thanks for giving us your statement, Shizuku. It might end up being the clue we need. Cecile, are you ready to hear a report? I think our investigation here has helped make the truth a little bit clearer.
Yes, of course. Well, Shizuku, I'll see you around dinner time, alright? Okay, I hope the rest of your shift goes well, Cecile, and good luck with your investigation, everyone.
You can count on it, Shizuku.
We'll definitely come visit again, okay?
Such sad music.
Cecile, that girl. Yes, she's lost her eyesight in an accident several years ago. Fortunately, there's hope she may regain it someday. She's been staying at St. Ursul and undergoing treatment little by little.
Well, that's good to hear.
It must be difficult for her. She's a brave girl. Since the Bracer Guild keeps her father busy, she gets quite lonely here. Yet despite that, she always has a smile on her face. I really appreciate if you four could be her friends. I'm sure she'd like that too.
Of course, Cecile, we'd love to.
She seems like a lovely girl. I certainly wouldn't mind spending some time with her. I feel the same.
Leave it to me, Cecile. I'll use every bit of my charm to keep that smile on her face.
Thank you, everyone. Now back to business. I take it you figured something out, right? Mind filling me in? So the monsters got in through here, huh?
Right, we still don't know what compelled them to do it. But the hospital should take some precautions for the time being.
I agree. We'll have to improvise. It may be possible to set up some sort of fence to keep the monsters away.
Yeah, that should do the trick.
You would need something sturdy that can be easily set up. Does the hospital have anything like that? I believe we have something amongst our outdoor equipment that would work. I'll talk to the chief and see if we can get it installed soon.
Should adjust this headset.
Good work today, guys. Thanks to you all, everyone at the hospital can work worry-free.
Nothing to it. We didn't do anything that special. All we did was figure out how the wolves got in.
Hey now, if not for you, we never would have known how to prevent something like this from happening again. If you keep this up, then before too long, the SSS will be on the front page just as often as Arios. I guarantee it.
You really think so? Hell yeah, we will.
Thank you for the kind words, Cecile. We will do our best. I'm glad. Lloyd, when you're able to take some time off, let's meet up, okay? I'd like to visit his grave together.
Yeah, we should do that.
Oh, one last thing. When I see you next, make sure to tell me whether you're dating Ellie or Teal, okay? I'll have to congratulate you for getting your first girlfriend.
I told you, it wasn't like that.
And, like, isn't Teal, like, 12? Like, do you know how bad that is? Oh, and I didn't mean to leave you out, Randy. Just let me know, okay? Whoever it is, you have my full support.
How many times do I need to tell you? Hey, if it'll make Cecile happy, I don't mind giving it a little try.
Well, I'd mind. I'd love to talk more, but I'll have to excuse myself here. Take care on the way back, everyone.
We will.
Thank you for everything.
Oh, I think I'm in love.
Warm, reliable, open-minded. She seems like an amazing person, Lloyd.
I'm glad you think so too. We may not be real siblings, but she's family in my eyes.
That reminds me, Lloyd. What exactly is your relationship with her?
Huh?
I'm a little curious, too. You say you're not related, but I've never seen you act like such a little brother.
What are you implying? Damn you, Lloyd. This whole time you were getting babied by a baby like her? Or babied by a baby like her? Fuck. Ugh. I'd let her be my big sis any day. Please switch bodies with me, man. Come on. You know that is impossible. Actually, I think it's about time we dropped this whole pointless conversation and headed back to the city.
It's already evening, and we still have to put together a report of the day's investigation. He dodged the question. Yes, quite blatantly at that.
Curse you, Lloyd. She's still totally my type, too.
Can you guys stop talking behind my back? I'm right here.
The dynamic of the SSS is just, I love it.
I've heard that Dr. Gailey's son hangs out with an unsavory crowd. I don't really understand why, since he has such an amazing father. Outpatient care is ended for the day. The road gets dangerous at night, so try to be quick if you're visiting someone, okay?
You know, I got a quick little idea. With the way that Randy acts, I do think it would almost be perfect for me to try to see if I can get Winston to help me do some... Like, if we get a Randy and Lloyd moment, just the two of them, I can totally get Winston to help dub that with me. Thank you for helping us set up the fence, officers. You were an incredible help. Hopefully this marks the end of the monsters on St. Ursul's grounds. Oh, if it isn't the grubby mustache himself. What do you want? Well, hello, Largo. I must say, that bald head of yours is positively shining today. It nearly blinded me, I'm afraid. My heart does certainly grieve for our interns. It's nothing short of a travesty for Youngtown to be taught how to operate by a man so eager to hack up our patients. In that sense, I'm envious of how effortless your job is. Rattling off about some long-dead techniques from the church, that's all it takes for you to carry yourself around like a bona fide instructor. What? Say that again, I dare you. Looking for a fight, Rago?
Doctors, please calm down.
At the elevator.
Of course, if we were to use quartz in this and put it in there, she doesn't even realize we're here. Her concentration is impressive. That old lady could practically light up the room with how cheery she is. Well, if having a healthy attitude really makes a difference, I ought to follow her lead. The sooner I get discharged from here, the better.
I banged up my knee, but considering how much I've improved today, the doctor said I might be able to leave soon. Oh, I can't wait to go home. My adorable granddaughter came to visit me, but I sent her back home before it got too dark. Spending a little time with her cleared all the storm clouds away. Now I've just got to keep my head up and work toward my recovery. My oh my, the Tio I knew from years ago looks so very different from the one I see now. You've blossomed into quite the young lady. Are you heading back already? Please stop by and say hello again if you get the chance.
Ugh, what's taking her? Tyrone, how is it so inhumanly possible to take this long to hang up some wet bed sheets? Oh, don't tell me. Did you get them dirty again? I had those things looking more spotless than the day they came in. Lloyd, did you forget something?
No, nothing like that. Cecile, I was just...
Oh, could it be? Are you finally ready to break the news? So tell me, out of Ellie, Tio, and Randy, who did you decide to date? You know full well that's not what I was going to talk about.
You know, how about it? I'm heading to room 202 now. There's a few more patients I have to check on. You're all out inpatients, right? You'd best head home before it gets dark. Evening already? Well, when you sleep all day, you aren't going to see much of the sun. That reminds me. Dr. Gunther said with luck I can be discharged tomorrow. I can't say I'm excited for it, though. Just thinking about all the paperwork that's piled up while I've been MIA makes my head spin. Maybe I want to stay in bed a little longer.
97.8 degrees. Everything looks normal. And next we have Layton, I think.
Man, have you ended up having such idle time on your hands as an inpatient?
Shizuku talks to me all the time about all sorts of stuff. Sometimes I wonder what it's like to not be able to see. I think it make you feel real lonely sometimes.
Ah, don't make me sad now. Her theme already makes you want to cry. So the buffoons running this place put up a fence to keep monsters out, did they? I'm glad they finally got it through their thick skulls. I'm to be protected by at all costs. That has nothing to do with you, buddy. You were delusional. And also a massive dick. Hey, kiddo.
After I lost my eyesight, my ears adapted and became very sensitive. Now once I hear something, I can always recognize it. However, I still don't know what exactly that weird whistling from before was. I'm sorry, that probably doesn't help you at all, does it?
I disagree. We may not know how relevant that sound may be, but the more information we have, the higher our chances of success are. Also, we were able to find some new clues too, thanks to your sharp ears. Personally, I think this whistling will end up being crucial to our investigation.
Really? Well, I'm glad to hear that.
You know, I'm sitting here thinking how much Arios must just hate himself for his daughter not being able to see. Probably why he works so much. Let's see here. I have some time before things get really serious, so I could go fishing. Though I'd rather not get caught by Dr. Lago down the first floor, which cuts my viable exit points down to 0. Such a cruel world we live in. Fine, I'll give up for today and hole up in my lab.
This doctor has a few screws loose. This is the prettiest sunset I've ever seen. Nice and refreshing.
At you.
No, I got snot on the sheets. Quick, Sharon, what do you do? If Nifa finds out, oh, she's going to lose her mind.
Nobody there.
I was all wrapped up with my cleaning for the day when I noticed this nasty little speck of dust. I just had to do another round. This is the woman's dormitory, after all. I've got to keep it perfectly spick and span for all those hard-working ladies.
Could you imagine never leaving the hospital? Oh. I could have sworn that Chief Urosleen would be late today, but lo and behold, she somehow made it to work on time. Certainly one to mark on the calendar with all the all-nighters she pulls for her research. She's hardly ever punctual. Installing that fence has really spruced things up around here, hasn't it? I guess I'll do my part and be on the lookout for monsters too. I mean, in a world where you live with monsters daily, you should have had these preparations to begin with. Just saying. Just saying.
I make meals for all the patients too, but it doesn't always go well. For example, yesterday Mr. Gabbles spouted some nonsense in that private room of his. Give me a steak and medium rare. So I accidentally blurted out that he should go to an actual restaurant if he wants something like that. Oh well. Oh, wow, it's already this late. I think I'll stop by the reference room for a bit of a last-minute studying before the lecture. I don't know why I'm trying to hum the song like that. The way the sunset reflects off of Lake Elm is gorgeous. I'm telling you, that sight is strong enough to make any stress disappear. Well, enough of that. It's time for me to start preparing for tonight's watch. I'm glad Granny is doing alright. She even gets to leave the hospital soon. As soon as she can leave, I'll get Papa and Mama and we'll come take her home.
You better head home now, kiddo. It's pretty late. Heading back already? If you're trying to cross Ball City, I recommend you wait at the bus stop over there. You need to hurry though. There'll be more buses coming before the day ends. Okay then, should we wait for the bus? According to the schedule, one's supposed to come in 15 minutes. That's modern conveniences for you. They got them coming all the way till 11 p.m.
The fare is very cheap too. I recall that the city is managing the buses given the pricing and schedule. I can only wonder if they make a profit though. You have to remember that the hospital is important to everyone in Crossbell State. Given the high demand and room in the state's budget, they must have enough mirror to fund the service. That makes sense.
Being able to visit the hospital this easily is definitely something to be thankful for. Well, that was a woman I was voicing earlier with that green hair. I didn't know. See, here's what I don't get. I can walk down this road and see monsters left and right, but when you ride the bus, there's not a single monster in sight. Only when it's convenient for the story.
What a beautiful sunset. It is indeed beautiful, almost overwhelmingly so.
Phew, after a day packed with walking around, this bus feels like a gift from Idios. Man, imagine we got our hands on our own car. Yeah, I wouldn't count on that. I think the investigative divisions use them, though.
If I recall correctly, I believe that each of the 1st Division detective has a private car prepared for them. Seriously? I understand special treatment, but that just seems excessive.
Ugh, it's times like this that it really sucks to be the misfits. Well, it's no use wishing for stuff we can't get. Besides, traveling on the highway is pretty good training, don't you think?
Though I am hesitant to agree, I cannot deny. I take it we will not be conducting any further investigations today, correct?
Yeah, we can make our way to Mainz tomorrow. Like I said, let's head back for now and write up our reports.
Roger. I think today was more exhausting than we were expecting.
You got that right. Ah, but man, it was all worth it to meet an angel like Cecile. Alright, next time I'm gonna get her to hit the clubs with me.
You're persistent, Randy, I'll give you that.
You know what, you wanna know what I saw that? It's just a bird, though. But am I to believe that was just a... Oh, no. Never mind. There's something much more interesting. Anyway, you gotta love how in this one, when ladies see... Yeah, if the girls see Lloyd, like, talking to another woman, at least they're not fucking yelling at him like, I cannot believe you're talking to another girl. Like, Elisa... Like, I don't... It's like she got better, but still. Can I still turn this quest in, or did I miss it? I mean, I saved quite a while ago, so...
Wait, Guy.
Puppy.
What do you mean you're going on a trip? Where are you even going?
The Principality of Rimaferia. Don't worry, I should be back in a month or two. Might even be as short as 2 weeks, depending on how things go.
No, I get that, but you're a CPD detective, aren't you? Is it really okay for you to leave Crossbell for that long?
What's with the long face? Are you sad that your big brother's going away for a bit? Poor little Lloyd. Are you gonna be lonely here by yourself?
I'm perfectly fine on my own. Why stop at 2 months? You can leave for 2 years for all I care.
Whoa, relax. I was just kidding. See, the truth is, I'm not going to Rimaferia for fun. It's a top secret job, Lloyd.
Sounds fishy to me. I mean, top secret. Yeah, top secret. What kind of secrets are we even talking about?
I knew you were gonna ask that. I can't dive into the specifics, but I'm in charge of escorting this cute little girl back to her home.
Huh?
The girl and I are escaping to Rimaferia, a beautiful northern country. So tell me, just how jealous are you? Okay, alright, no more joking around. I asked the neighbors to look after you while I'm away. Make sure you get dinner and all that. Breakfast and lunch are your job, though.
I'm not a kid. I can cook my own meals. Like, that's besides the point. Cute little girl. Just what exactly are you trying to pull, Guy? What are you gonna do if Cecile finds out about all this?
Huh? What does Cecile have to do with any of this?
What is she... Oh, you're impossible. What could she possibly have to see in this massive idiot?
For your information, I've already discussed this with her.
What?
Yeah, there seems to be a little misunderstanding here, Lloyd. Even though I call it a trip, it's still very much police work. And the girl's only years old.
'Cause every night I will save your life.